Hey there, and thank you for joining me for another episode of Total Ramblings. It is Sunday, the 3rd of May, 2026. It is 16:21, and I am going rather late today to visit my wife in hospital. The reason I'm going rather late is yesterday we had one hell of a day. It was Alice and Matt's wedding, and I am absolutely knackered. Having been on my feet all day, trying to help out where I can, make things run smoothly where I can. The day itself, apart from the weather, it was beautiful, wonderful, fantastic day. Some family politics that I can't tell you about. A couple of interesting stories that I could tell you about, and I might. Let's start with me though. My bones are aching, my back is aching, my feet are aching. I have these posh shoes that I have literally only worn twice now. The first time I wore them at an event in London, the Diversity Awards thingy, and I had to walk about 2 miles up the road to buy a pair of braces for trousers that wouldn't hold up, and then 2 miles back again, and then obviously the whole evening at the event, and basically my backs of my feet were absolutely destroyed. It took, I remember this, 38 days for them to heal up. Yesterday I drove in my regular shoes, and I only wore these posh shoes for a couple of hours for the ceremony, etc. And then as soon as I could, I changed into my regular shoes. Even then, just a couple of hours, my right heel has been ripped to pieces. And I was wearing 2 pairs of socks as well. And I even had some plasters on there ahead of time. So these shoes are awful for me. I hate them. So I am feeling a bit fragile. I got home and I didn't go to sleep until 2 o'clock in the morning because I wanted to get all the footage from the wedding edited. And I had several devices. I had my Insta 360 X4. I had this, my DJI Action 5 Pro. I had my DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I used my DJI Neo 2, my DJI Air 3S. I also had my Sony A7 III camera. Of course, pictures, of course, from my iPhone as well. And I wanted to put all these things into one folder, and I wanted to edit the photos because whenever I take a photo, I usually double tap. I always take 2, so I end up with lots of duplicates. So I refine those out, get rid of pictures that haven't worked, and I ended up with about, I think, 86 pictures. So I wanted obviously to process those in Lightroom, watermark them, check the exposure, check the cropping, the rotation, etc., etc. Put those on Flickr, put those into Facebook, post out to various people. So I sent links out to Anthony here, Alice, Matt, Irene, my mother-in-law, my wife. I also sent a link out to Holly, who is Alice's seamstress. She's written back saying, thank you so much for thinking of me, send these pictures. Then, of course, I wanted to edit the video that you might have seen yesterday. And that took obviously a little while, getting all that. I had to get the 360 footage off it first, and then I had to then obviously edit that back into the main video. So yeah, as I say, I didn't finish that until 2 o'clock in the morning, but that's fine. I wanted to do that, and I'd estimated it would be at least a couple of hours. I had a couple of 100 photos. There were 3 photographers there, and they reckon they've taken about 6,000 photos between them, or rather the lady I spoke to reckoned that. So yeah, what happened was this morning, I kind of woke up about 6 o'clock. I couldn't really sleep. So after a while I got up and I went downstairs, and I started charging up everything last night and getting everything stowed away. Because it was quite a logistical exercise. I took my own power with me, for example. And then this morning, I finished charging everything and putting everything back, getting the house back to normal, and then I went back to bed. I woke up again about 10 to 12 with a text message from my wife and also Anthony. my sister Sophie wrote to me to say that Millie, my niece, Alice's flower girl, had left her shoes behind at Trunkwell. And I said, that's okay. Alice and Matt are at Trunkwell. A few minutes later, knock on the door, and Alice and Matt have arrived at home, and they'd brought Millie's shoes with them. By the time, and then they said, oh, we've got Millie's shoes. And so I texted Sophie, who had literally just got to Trunkwell House, and I'm sorry about that, Alice and Matt have just turned up and the shoes are here. So they popped in very briefly to pick up Millie's shoes. Alice and Matt spent about 15 minutes unloading the car, loads of presents and cake and wedding dress and all that kind of stuff. So my living room absolutely full of wedding presents. And then we spent literally a couple of hours going through wedding presents, opening them up, writing down who gave what. They've got a lot of money given to them, some very generous people. We also FaceTimed in Liz as well. And then we needed to eat, so we ordered in the Burger King for delivery. So I didn't leave the house until about 4 o'clock to visit Liz, which is why I'm very late today. But we have been talking with Liz, and obviously I need to make sure the wedded couple are okay. So they are now back at home doing their thing. All of my equipment is charged and stowed and put away. I haven't bought anything else with me today apart from this. Liz was very, very tired last night. She had a very long day. Apparently, though, the driver, quote, floored it back to the hospital and made it in less than an hour. I guess with the lack of traffic, that is possible. So what else is going on? Oh, yeah. So, there was some family drama yesterday, not on Alice's side of the family, but I'm not going to go into that because it's not fair. I won't tell you about that. But a couple of other things happened after I left last night. Anyway, yeah, that's a weird story, right? I've already had a message from Moss Bros telling me to take the suits back, but Matt's at home now and he says he's going to take his suit back, so he's going to take Anthony and my suits back as well. They've got to be back by tomorrow, so at least that's something I don't have to do, although I don't mind going into town to do that if necessary. Tomorrow is a bank holiday. Tomorrow is Monday, it's the May Day bank holiday. So fortunately, I've got another day to recover. I ache kind of all over. I had a bit of a headache this morning. Then I had my morning monster. I gave one of my monsters to Matt, and I don't give my monsters to anybody. Also, Alice brought massive bits of cake home. I've got some cake for Liz in the back of the car, along with flowers, table decorations. So she has she's kind of chopped up chunks of it, put it in a big plastic tub, and it's gone into the freezer. So the cake is being frozen along with the beautiful edible flowers that were on the cake. What else? Yeah, we've got to find a place to stow her wedding dress. She needs to sort it out properly in the box first, and then I think we're going to put it in the loft. It's in a massive white case, so it's going to be protected when it's up there. The veil I bought home last night, because Alice took that off fairly early. And yeah, I'm just hoping my feet will recover, and my back will recover, and my head will recover. And I wasn't even drinking. I don't drink. So what else is there to say? Yeah, it's just kind of a day of recovery today, really. I'm taking Anthony back to his grandma's after we visited Liz. Got about a mile to go before the next turn off onto the A3, and we're going to be with Liz in about 15 minutes. So not normally I would be spending most of the day with Liz, but today obviously there have been other priorities, and she said I should stay at home and talk to them, so busy day. So busy in a kind of, not in a rushing around busy kind of day, but there's been stuff to do kind of day, so that is the current situazione. I don't even know if that's a proper word, what sort of accent I'm trying to do. It's bound to be something I've forgotten to say, but I'll worry about that at another point in time. Wow, it's nearly a week after that last clip, and I'm here with Andrew. Are you having fun? What have you been doing? Is that legal? Okay, right, so I'm here with Andrew. First of all, I'm sorry that my schedule has dropped so much recently. I have been super stressed out. We've obviously had a lot of stuff to do with Alice's wedding. That's now over. That was a week ago today. It's 11:14 at the moment on Saturday the 9th of May. Today is Liz's birthday as well. Happy birthday, Liz. Now, I don't visit Liz on Saturdays. Her mum does, and usually my daughter does, but she's on honeymoon. I'll come to that in a minute. So I will see Liz tomorrow. I've already given Liz her card. There's a present which I've got ordered, which hasn't arrived yet, but that's okay. She knows about that. So happy birthday, Liz. I'm sorry I can't be with you today, but Saturday, call me a twat, but I'm very, very strict about my Saturdays. It's the one day of the week I have to myself. Mondays through Fridays, I work, and I visit Liz after work. Sundays, I'm with Liz. Saturdays, the only day I get to myself, and I need some time to myself. Call me an arsehole, but I do, even on Liz's birthday, I'm afraid. Otherwise, I'll just be dead. I'm already kind of dead as it is, but today is my day for getting housework done, stupid videos like this, shopping, all the rest of it, keeping the house running, basically, and also for my mental health. So, enough justification, Andrew. So, yeah, anyway, I've been super busy with the wedding and work and stuff like that. So I'm sorry, but my schedule's dropped recently. I'm going to try and get it back up to normal. We've had some massive family drama since the wedding on Matt's side of the family. I'm not going to go into any more detail other than that. Suffice it to say, Alice and Matt are now living with me for the time being until they can find a place of their own. I've got a a dining room full of wedding presents, a bedroom full of wedding presents, and a garage full of some of Matt's stuff that we got from his house the other day. I'm not going to say anything more about that. Matt and Alice are on honeymoon at the moment. They left on Thursday night. They've gone to Lanzarote for a week. I think they're having a lovely time. They'll be back next Thursday, and then I think they'll start to look for a place of their own. So I'm just trying to be as supportive as I can towards them. I may have mentioned this before, but I was doing like a work apprenticeship thing for AI. I have asked to be removed from that, and I have now been removed from it. Now, you're supposed to do this stuff during working hours, and that was literally proving to be impossible. My day job was literally taking up all of my working hours, and you had to tick a little box saying, yes, you've done it in working hours. Now, we discussed this with my coach and my manager, and because I don't have defined hours, basically they said I could do it after work, i.e. in the evenings, and still legitimately tick the box, because I don't like lying about stuff. So we kind of agreed that I would try and do stuff after I visit Liz at the hospital. Unfortunately, so I do a whole day's work. I drive an hour to visit Liz. I spend a couple of hours with her, get her to bed, and I spend an hour driving back home. And I'm dead by that point. I don't particularly want to be doing more work. And it's just not practical, I'm afraid. So I have asked to be removed from the apprenticeship. So I am no longer an apprentice, and I'm not doing that anymore. It's quite sad, and I'm upset and disappointed that I've kind of let my boss down. But unfortunately, I just don't have the time in the day. My boss is a really, really nice guy, and I consider a friend. But he seems to think I'm sat at home twiddling my thumbs, doing nothing, being miserable. I'm not doing nothing. I'm very busy, unfortunately. I probably shouldn't be talking about work, really, but I am. There you go. I'm not talking about work. I'm just talking about something that I've mentioned before. So, unfortunate. I just don't have the time to do it, I'm afraid. It's now 7 weeks today until my 55th birthday. And then in July, I will be getting a lump sum from my pension. So I'm due to pay off my car this month, actually. So I might need to borrow some money temporarily from another account to do that, and then repay it when I get my lump sum. What else has been going on? That's about it, really. I'm just putting together like a bucket list of things that I need to do around the house. I want to get my friend Barry to do some painting where I've had water damage over the last 3 years. You know, the water damage that coincided with my wife being in hospital, and then the water damage that caused by my son when he let the sink overflow. I want to get the fence fixed where the wind's been attempting to destroy it for 2 years. My temporary repairs are holding. It's difficult because I've got the cat barriers up, and they need to be reinstated, and some other bits and pieces. I want to get some repairs done to my car. There's a couple of small dents, one from where that guy reversed into me in Wimbledon, and another small dent from where I I know, I'm telling them. Okay, another small dent from where I dropped a sofa on the front wing. Very small dent when I was moving furniture around when we were trying to get Liz home. So I want to get that fixed once I've paid the car off. Also, I've got a slow front puncture on my front left tyre, which apparently is a valve problem. It's a smart valve thingy, like a sensor valve, so it's going to cost about £100. So I need new tyres as well from the MOT, blah, 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 all this kind of stuff. So I've got so much going on, it's kind of untrue, but better than being bored, I suppose. So today, I'm probably going to go and do a little bit of shopping, top up my tank, top up my tyre. I checked the Volt the other day, Thursday, checked the Volt, didn't we? You weren't there though, were you? You were there in spirit. Yeah, you've never been to the Volt, have you? Do you not want to come? Why is that? It's full of mice. It's not. There was one mouse. And we had traps down, didn't we? And we caught the mouse. One mouse. Oh, and we once found a gerbil. A dead gerbil. Obviously a pet that had escaped from somewhere. God knows how it had got into the garage. It was weird, wasn't it? It was a couple of years ago, wasn't it? It was before you were born, though, wasn't it? You weren't around. No, I don't even know why. You don't know anything about this, do you? You're just pretending that you know. Going to try and get back into a proper video schedule. I think that's all I've got to say, really. Just obviously spent the last week recovering, really, from the wedding and doing work stuff, really. Quite a dull life, really. Anyway, thanks very much for watching this episode of Total Ramblings. I'll see you in the next episode. I know what the next episode is because I've already recorded it and it's going to go up tomorrow. But I'm not going to give you a spoiler. Bye.